It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Kenneth Walker. He's coming off a great week, reaching triple digits in yards with a collection of touchdowns. It's the Cowboys and the Commanders, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 24.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This taken in right around the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They will be led out by the former Heisman Trophy winner back in 2016. Always a handful to contain, Lamar Jackson.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
last week's game.
Good. Four touchdowns, one pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right. I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
The numbers for Mixon last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that production.
Also, Diggy Sewell with the effort there to earn the sack. The defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that'll bring up 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of carries, 107 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
The Cowboys sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the Commanders' 41-yard line.
Play action. Here's Stroud. Repeated the last play, finding Walker. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Here's 3rd and a few inches. And Stroud now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. I'll tell you what, CD, this Washington defense very strong in the victory last week.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Stroud on 3rd down now. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Levi Onwuzurike charging in and finishing off the sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. Butker's kick here is good, and the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive that'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, we want to run up the middle. They can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
On 2nd down, Jackson. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Let's see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Stroud now on 1st and 10. Finds his receiver, Watson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 29-yard line.
Trying the left side with Walker. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Got his man. It's Williams. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they were able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. You look at this Cowboy defense. In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Here's Stroud. That is caught. And he will have the Cowboys 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Here's 3rd and 10.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Stroud working out of the gun. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 42. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Throwing now is Stroud. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Play action. Stroud now. He finds his man, complete. That's Beck. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. Stroud to throw it. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. and he just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Butker's kick here is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Washington offense set to take over. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Now it's Jackson. Short one there, caught by Likely. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 3. 1st down, Commanders.
Here's Jackson. And he is going to lose yardage here. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. To throw is Jackson. That's complete with Zay Flowers with it. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
So not quite out of danger just yet. Still backed up a bit, but only need a few inches here on 2nd down. Stroud. And Walker with it over the middle. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Stroud looking to throw. That pass caught. It's Williams. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game at Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Stroud sets up the play action. And this is caught by Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well. Now they'll throw it with Stroud here. 1st and 10. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he is going to lose yardage here. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. They expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
The second down throw now from Stroud. It's Williams on the catch. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. A third field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. Stroud off the play fake. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Throw caught by Flowers. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
At the 31-yard line.
Flowers going to go in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a run up the middle with Mixon. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have a Commander's first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs all year long. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop it.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. And Christian Watson and the rest of this offense back out now. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard paces.
Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle, thinking to themselves, can we just hit rewind and go back a play? Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack. But for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. This is taken at the 23. Washington going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now Jackson. This goes out wide for Mixon. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where you see the final score there. Mac Jones, strong in the victory, as his guys looked better than a team that had won just one game coming in. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Tony Pollard, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. Lastly, we head to Southern California to check on the Rams at home at SoFi Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Chiefs. Josh Reynolds, a touchdown reception. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys! Christian Watson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And that time he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, is what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the 2-point try. Tried to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend the play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Jackson finds his man over the middle. It's likely. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
Christian Watson and the rest of this offense back out now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
2nd and 10. Here's Stroud. Catch made by Watson on the out route. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll go play action here with Stroud. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 without the 4. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Here now, 3rd and a yard. And Stroud now to throw. Touchdown, Cowboys! Christian Watson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Cowboys take a 3-touchdown lead. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Caden Stearns. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
Hand off here to Walker. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Stroud to throw it. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Watson. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Here's Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Incomplete. Leads to second and goal.
They'll toss this out right to Walker. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Now it's Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Washington.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now we got whistles before the snap. Looked like one of the Commanders jumped.
False start. Offense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 72 yards rushing here for Mixon. He's got a first down.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, the Commanders.
Jackson now. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. 2nd and 1 from the 2.
At the 2-yard line.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Kari Blasingame. His first touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So that, Charles, their first score of the ball game, obviously, coming here in the third quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question, and we'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Stroud looking to throw. They'll complete this one to Watson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Stroud now on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days in Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Stroud will look to throw once more. This is Fant on the short completion. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now here's Stroud. That pass caught. It's Williams. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really good pickup of 28 yards. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. Play action. Here's Stroud. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Stroud sets up the play action. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
No receivers open downfield, so instead of forcing the ball to the sideline, he's going to throw this one down to Fort Worth. He'd rather have the incompletion than the turnover.
3rd and goal, Stroud. And it's caught. Touchdown! Jamison Williams from 3 yards out. And the Cowboys are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Butker on for the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Washington ready to try again on offense. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Jackson on first down. His throw incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Jackson. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Keon White got in there for the sack.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll take this down to the 33.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Throwing now is Stroud. And that is incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Commanders' offense returning to the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Complete to Likely. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple.
2nd and 2 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Got a man. It's Collins complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 40.
And the Washington 1st down.
Jackson. Under pressure, and down he goes. Aleem McNeil able to record his 5th sack of the season.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. And a good job defensively. They stopped them short of the first at the 32. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So they get the conversion on 4th, and now from the 25, they operate with a 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll give it to Mixon. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Offense.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now Stroud. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. The interception was a good starting point, but still a huge hill to climb with this 3-score deficit and time fading. After the interception, here's Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And they will eventually eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Isaiah Likely from 3 yards out. And the Commanders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
You got it figured out by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And finishing that drive off was the touchdown grab by Isaiah Likely. And the Cowboys are able to recover. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run, as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the 1st. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Now, aren't I, though?
Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Commanders' offense set to take over. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Crossing route, he finds Likely. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Jackson's throw is on target to Likely. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Isaiah Likely, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Commanders are able to cut into that deficit. Well, CD, you know, anytime they get close to the red zone, he is such a threat, and there he is again already, his 2nd touchdown of the ball game.
And I know it's probably a little bit of a failing on my part, but you know I watch a game through defensive eyes, and I don't understand what the coverage was doing there. When he headed out deep, they should have adjusted and flowed towards him. Instead, they left him out there and gave him a chance to make a big play. And, of course, he did exactly that. His size, speed, and versatility makes him a top target in any game.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time,
the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Cowboys, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile,